But we begin tonight with that weather impact alert as we continue to track rain that's moving through the valley. In fact, we saw record rainfall today. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Troy Hayden. Some rare June 1st rainfall here in the desert. A soggy end to your weekend. Much of the valley seeing a steady rain throughout the day. Chris Dunn joining us here. And yeah, we don't see a lot of rain in June, Chris, but we did today.
Yeah, this is only the second time in 130 years that we've had measurable rainfall on June 1st. In Phoenix. For the rest of this evening, our weather impact alert, because we still have some slick roads out there, although for most areas, the rain is already tapered off. Still some lingering showers and thunderstorms over the high country, mainly east of the valley. Leftover showers out there, wet roads. Be careful if you're driving out there tonight. Ahwatukee, about 1/3 of an inch. South Scottsdale, nearly a 1/2 inch of rain. Gilbert, 2/10. Mesa and Sun City West with 1600s. A little bit later on, I'll have a bigger number of all of the rainfall reports across the valley, so we'll try to cover somewhere where you live. Most of the rain right now is out to the east of the valley. You can kind of detect there's a spin in the atmosphere here. This is an area of low pressure that was sitting off the coast of Baja California, now starting to make a move and moving across the state. And as it does so, the leading edge of this is going to push farther and farther to the east, away from the valley, still covering up much of southeastern Arizona. Tucson getting it. Oracle and Mammoth under this flood watch. That's in effect until 11 o'clock tonight, with some of the pockets of heavier rain moving through this area. Benson, Wilcox, Safford. Yes, Safford, you're finally getting that rain. Globe and Kearney and points north into the White Mountains getting some of that rain. We are rain free. Basically, at this point, this is a radar scanning around looking for any signs of rain. Here is the rainfall forecast for the next 24 hours. Maybe one or two isolated little spots, but for the most part, the rain is done for now. Again, coming up, I'll have a more complete look at the rainfall reports and what you can expect for the rest of the week ahead. Yes, it does include 100 plus. Troy?
All right, Chris, we'll see you in a few minutes. It's been 5 days since 2 teens from Arcadia High School were shot and killed in a remote area northeast of the valley. There have been no arrests. Police are still searching for any information while their families and friends, as you can imagine, are devastated. 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham spoke with a mother of one of those teens, Evan Clark, and she says she is living her worst nightmare.
Sandra tells me her son Evan filled her life with joy, that he was someone who had so much love to give, someone who was loved by all.
Get it, Chico!
He was the sweetest, thoughtful, mature, funny, kind person.
17-year-old Evan Clark.
He loved photography. He loved fast cars.
Was Sandra Sweeney's whole world.
He was my everything. We were like this.
Their bond, she says, was always something special, something unbreakable.
Evan, how old are you?
5.
Do you like playing the piano?
When he was little,
Lot.
and he would sleep with me in my room, and every night before bed, I would tell him stories. Like, you know, you have the kids' books and you're sitting there reading the story and things. And then we would just laugh and giggle. We had our own magical world.
On May 27th, though,
He told me he was going on one of these camping trips, and my text message to him was, please don't go.
the one person who filled her life with purpose was taken from her.
My worst nightmare. My worst nightmare.
The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office says the bodies of Evan and 18-year-old Pandora Julesrud were found Tuesday. Police said they were shot in a remote area near Mount Ord. Evan's mother can't understand why these 2 young lives were cut short.
I can't. No words. No words.
Sandra came to our interview with letters.
Dear Madre,
Letters Evan wrote his mother over the years.
you deserve the world.
Letters she says she's never treasured more.
I'm so lucky and grateful to be your son because I have the best mom.
And as she now tries to navigate through immense grief,
What do they say about your personality?
Nice.
it's these keepsakes, memories, and Evan himself
This is where he is.
that's helping give her some strength.
What do you think Evan would tell you right now?
Not to worry and to be happy because that's all he ever wanted me to do. Just be happy.
Can you tell me something nice, Ev?
I love you more than anything in the world.
Jay Cunningham, 12 News.
So investigators are still searching for answers in this case. If you have any information, you're asked to contact the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, and of course 12 News will stay on top of the story. Happening in Avondale, police are investigating a shooting that left a man dead that happened in the area 108th Avenue and Flanagan Street. Police say they found this victim right in the middle of the road. They haven't released the name of the victim, but they do say it was a young adult male. Investigators are now on scene trying to figure out what happened. They haven't provided any details about a potential suspect being on the loose. Boulder, Colorado today, authorities say a man using a flamethrower attacked a group of demonstrators calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. 6 people were hurt, one of them critically. A suspect is in custody, and the FBI is calling this a targeted terror attack. Jury selection is expected to continue tomorrow for Doomsday Mom Lori Vallow Daybell's third and final trial in her string of deadly crimes from Idaho to Arizona. Erica Stapleton has a look at what we can expect.
Lori Vallow Daybell is facing another murder conspiracy trial, this time out of Gilbert, and she's representing herself again. 2 trials down.
Extremely proud to get the conviction and get justice for the family.
And 1 more to go.
Guilty.
Lori Vallow Daybell already convicted in Idaho for killing her kids Tylee and JJ and for her role in the death of Tammy Daybell, her husband Chad Daybell's first wife. Now she's convicted in Arizona.
Guilty.
For conspiring to kill her former husband Charles Vallow. Next, she'll stand trial for conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband, who, unlike other victims, is still alive.
911, where's your emergency?
Someone just shot my window.
The next case takes us back to 2019, where Gilbert investigators believe Lori's brother, Alex Cox, shot at Brandon Boudreau. He wasn't hurt, but his car was hit.
They just drove off. I saw him drive off.
Court records indicate he was worried about his ex-wife's ties to Lori and Lori's current husband, Chad Daybell, along with their dark doomsday religious beliefs. We now know are at the core of the other convictions. Chad Daybell was sentenced to death in Idaho, and Alex Cox can't be charged because he died before charges were filed.
Brandon is often overlooked in the massive amount of evidence and wrong that was done by Chad and Lori and Alex at their behest. And I hope that he gets to have his day in court.
Rachel Smith was a prosecutor on Vallow Daybell's Idaho case. She prepped Brandon Boudreau to take the stand.
He is a good man. He is a godly man who really just wants some measure of justice for the extent of what Lori and Chad Daybell did to people. He unfortunately had to be one of the people to help ID JJ. He provided ID of Tylee's necklace. The impact on him is tremendous.
Vallow Daybell has been arguing with the judge in hearings leading up to this next trial.
I would have to ask that you would recuse yourself from the obvious personal bias that you have against me and send us to master calendar for this scheduling of a trial.
I don't have any personal bias.
And the big question again, whether she'll take the stand in her own defense. Brandon Boudreau is listed as a witness for the state, and we're expecting him to testify.
I really hope he gets to tell his truth to an Arizona jury and hold Lori accountable for her part in the conspiracy to have him killed.
If a jury is officially seated Monday, opening statements could start as early as that afternoon. Erica Stapleton, 12 News.
And of course, we'll have that trial covered for you online and on the air.